Hello, we're at the Kaiser Fraser National Convention in beautiful Olympia, Washington. Temperature is very pleasant. I think it's what, 70s something? 70 degrees, something like that. Anyway, let's go look at some cars. This is a 1951 Fraser Vagabond, Manhattan Vagabond, if you read the side script. They never actually made a Manhattan Vagabond, so someone decided they wanted one and made it themselves. Somewhat unique hood ornament. It's the Fraser crest. The reason it's called a Vagabond is because it's like a hatchback. So the trunk lever, or the trunk, is divided into two halves. The top half going up, including the window, and the bottom half flipping down, kind of like a truck tailgate. So it's a utility vehicle is what it was designed for originally. And the Manhattan part of that was, Manhattan was their upper level model. The Vagabond was kind of a lower model, being a utility car. So they never made one with Manhattan accessories. This is a 49 Kaiser Traveler, which is a utility car also, same thing as the Vagabond was for the Fraser. The Traveler is for the Kaisers. 49 was a pretty good year for them. They made a lot of cars, sold a lot of cars. These early cars are good cars. They drive really nice.
So that's a California.
A 48 Fraser. Fraser Manhattan, actually. Manhattan again being the upper level model, trim wise. Over here, 1952 Allstate. So the Allstate was sold through Sears. They made, I think, around 1,500 of them total, something like that. Maybe more, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, they didn't make a whole lot of them. It was kind of a failed experiment. It was just another way to sell the Henry J, is basically what it was. So all the batteries and the tires and stuff like that were all Allstate sourced. And of course you buy Allstate insurance and then you have an Allstate car. So that was part of that. But it's the same car as the Henry J, just with just badge engineering basically. This is kind of a rare car, 1950 Kaiser. So in 49 they made too many cars, and the 51 model year was not ready yet, so they carried over the 1950 Kaisers, almost identical to the 49. I don't know what the difference is, but there is something that is required by the Society of Automotive Engineers or some such body that demanded that something be changed. So I can't remember what it was, but anyway, one of the unique features of this car is on the body side is a script. This one says Onyx. So what that is the color of the car, the official color that they have on the car. All of them were given a side script that had the color name on the body side. It's not a Kaiser Onyx, it's a Kaiser Deluxe in this case, and it's the color Onyx on it. So it's just sort of unique. Kind of fun to find those little script pieces if you can. It's kind of a nice car. These early cars drive really, really nice. So this is a 51, what they call Golden Dragon. It's essentially a upper level trim of the Kaiser Deluxe. It has a vinyl top on it. And then I think they were all this yellow color, Golden Dragon, and then they had a Silver Dragon series that was silver. And this one's supposed to have the wide chrome, or actually it's stainless steel side pieces, but this one obviously is work in progress, as a lot of these cars are. And anyway, it's an enjoyable car. And I'm not sure what year this one is. I think it's a 52 Henry J. The model is a Corsair Deluxe, right there on the side. This was Kaiser's small car. And it is, for the time, quite small. And at the time, Americans didn't want small cars, really. So instead of the car for every man, that's kind of what Kaiser wanted to build. Ended up, people would buy them for like a second car or something of that nature. By 1951, the seller's market, the seller's market had disappeared. So now the buyers could get cars of whatever kind they wanted to. So then these companies called independents that were not affiliated with Chrysler, Ford, or General Motors, since they were building on a smaller scale, it cost them more per car to build. So they had to charge more. So consequently, they offered either the same or less car than the big three, they called them. They couldn't sell nearly as many and make a profit. So there's another, this one I skipped over here, is a 52 Henry J Deluxe, Corsair Deluxe, they call them. And they were pretty bare bones on the inside. This one is nicely maintained. This is owned by Barbara and Jack Mueller. Very well maintained. The material is relatively cheap compared to like the other cars, but wears pretty well. So and this one, there's another example of the script from the 49s. This one is Horizon Blue. People collect those scripts, so they have a whole collection of all the colors that they sold. And Kaiser was known for their different colors, more so than other car companies. Now we come over here to this one. This is a 1954 Kaiser. It says Kaiser Special on it. So the body is probably a Kaiser Special. But if you look in the motor area, you'll see a supercharger right there. So the supercharger they put on these 6-cylinder flathead engines, give them extra horsepower obviously, and this one boosts it from about 118 or so to 140. So did a little bit. Actually it's better than some V8s at the time, but people wanted a V8 engine, even if it had 90 horsepower like in a Ford or something. But so at this time, 1954, Kaiser it was too little too late. So this was the last design of the Kaiser. The front end is a facelift of the 51s. So they took the fenders and just changed the nose a little bit, flattened the hood out. Has this funny little hood scoop up here. And anyway, nice. And the tail lights are changed. And it has this wraparound 3-piece back window. It's kind of fun. And you'll see here, if you can see inside, there's a different dashboard than our 51, as a kind of a wraparound speedometer there. It's hard to see with this way, but and then the gauge or the activations for the heater are like little airplane levers. It's kind of neat. Different steering wheel. So anyway.